So you've got your new camera and you're ready to start shooting video, but you don't really know where to start. This is all a bit overkill. We're about to teach you the basics on how to shoot video. So the first one is ISO. You need to make sure that you're not shooting above 8 to 1000 ISO, depending on your camera. The higher the ISO, the grainier and the less quality your image will be. Pick the right amount of ISO to make your image look great. But don't forget, you can always make it look a little bit better in post, but don't always rely on that. So the next one is the 180-degree rule. You'll want your shutter speed to be double your frame rate. So the majority of people here in the UK will be shooting at around 25 frames per second. So you'll want your shutter speed to be 1/50th of a second. This will make sure that the results are the most realistic and natural to the human eye. So the next one is frame rate. Make sure you're shooting in the right frame rate for the right job. Sometimes we'll shoot in 50 frames per second because we know that we want to slow it down in post. 25 frames per second is your best option when shooting interviews. We can shoot 120 frames per second on this camera and it looks a little bit like this. So I recommend that you experiment with your camera and see what settings work best for you. So our next point is manual focus. You need to choose the right focusing options for the right jobs. Autofocus has its time and place, but you always want your focus to be on point all the time. Manual focusing allows you to control the speed, the accuracy, and the consistency. You can always take it into manual and practice making small movements, and in no time you'll be getting results that look amazing. You don't want to always rely on autofocus for hunting that subject. And finally, make sure you have planned exactly what you're going to shoot when you get to the location. On most shoots, we will create a storyboard with a shot list, knowing exactly what we need to capture when we get on the shoot. Whether that's storyboarding or writing notes, just make sure you know what you want to get before you arrive at the shoot. You don't want to be stuck in a corner in the editing suite, knowing that you probably should have done a little bit more preparation before the shoot. So if you need any help or kind of hints or tips, then just drop us a message. It'd be great to hear from you.